Today was the first day in our Japanese guest house out in the countryside. And every morning at around 6:30 in the morning, our personal chef comes and starts cooking breakfast, which is a little noisy, but the smells are amazing. And it's really neat to see what a normal home-cooked Japanese breakfast would be. This morning was a miso soup, some rice with some pickled cucumber, some shredded greens, and a scrambled egg thing.
I'm just doing a video.
Smiling, complaining.
Then we all packed our bags and got in the car, and we drove to a shrine, a nearby temple, where we had our workshop for the day, which was quite amazing.
Strong hands.
The atmosphere was very peaceful and calm. We had running water trickling in the background, and we had mountains around us. It was very, very, very special.
That's another one, sorry. Something?
We can look it up.
Asan?
Yes.
That's it.
I don't know about
I think this is what we call a gulgal in Hindi.
Gulgal? Yeah.
Oh,
I think they have these in Thailand.
And it's like all yellow.
They're gonna eat it.
Boy. Is it boy? Yeah. That's what they call boy in Vietnam.
Oh.
It's sort of like grapefruit, but it's drier. When we were in Thailand, we did buy one in its original form, and we literally couldn't get it. We had to cut it with our little like sewing scissors that we had, and it took us about an hour to get into it. Somebody yesterday was saying these archways here.
Oh, I
Was that you? No. That you never walk through in the middle because that's where the gods walk. You walk in on the sides.
Oh, that's why there's a gate there.
Very unusual.
Aww.
They look like little faces. They're adorable. They look like little people.
This would be a good vlog, by the way. Say hi to Daria. Who is it? Who is it?
I'm a graphic designer.
We learned calligraphy. Our morning workshop was learning a very specific calligraphy style, and we have just been practicing the brush strokes, which is actually really hard. We were taught how to properly hold the brush, how to properly make brush strokes. In the morning, the workshop was based around trying to mimic the characters exactly. So we were given different characters to draw, and we were taught the exact brush stroke. The order is really important.
The traditional setup. You use this thing called suzuri. Put water in here, and you use this to make your own ink.
One of the things I've observed in the last couple of days is that the Japanese are very precise about everything, and everything has its place. Sort of keeps making me think of Tetris, but like a really good game of Tetris. So everything has its box and everything has its place that it has to go, and it slows down the process. We have about 100 pieces of paper that we will probably go through practicing strokes, but you can only get 3 or 4 strokes on a page, which means you're constantly having to get a new page. But you can't have more than one sheet on your table, so you get your sheet out, you put it down on the felt, you put your paperweight down, you ink up your brush, and then you do your 3 strokes, and then you put your brush back down, and then you take your paper and you take the paperweight off, and you take the paper and you put it down on some newspaper behind you, and then you pick up a new sheet and you put it back down and you put the paperweight down. It's just very methodical and rhythmic and slow and precise. There's no rushing, there's no messy kind of paper everywhere. Go, practice, practice, practice. It's just everything has its place. And it's difficult for me because it's not what I'm used to, but I think it's a good thing because it's forcing me to slow down and really appreciate the craft.
Excellent job, Hassan. You're always flattering.
Whoops.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you just want to get it.
And now we are standing in a field and we're going to be learning about a harvest, and then we will be harvesting some of the food and eating it.
Uh-oh, they're gonna arm us.
Not yet.
Here we go.
すみません、場所どこでもいいんですか？はい。はい、わかりました。周囲。はい、周囲、あっちの方からとかじゃなくて、身の回りからこっちならいいですか？はい、わかりました。Oh, yeah. So do it like this. I don't know where to go. That's one. Yeah.
How's it feeling?
Yeah, I feel like I'm earning my stripes. Got my dinner. Rice.
でしたか？無理ですよね。
Good?
You're so gonna send this to
Yeah, I guess so.
Daria, you want to look charming for? You want this photo for your video thing? Look at you. Like, feel like, yeah, I did all this.
Yeah.
I did all. I want kids to hang out with us sometime or another, and then they said this was the next important thing. That's wonderful. That's a lot. Take-chan.
Okay, wait, you have to do that again in a second.
Fish flakes, I think.
Fish flakes in the middle of rice and seaweed.
And I don't know what
This broth is amazing.
This broth.
This has mushrooms, paneer, like cottage cheese, carrot, onions, and tofu, and it's just divine. Cleared up my entire system.
And then over there, Jan grilled some fish, which ended up looking like this.
Oh!
Is it FaceTime great? Things that it lets you do?
And for a lot of you, like,
Whoa, guys!
I'm not scared of spiders.
They're
Although they're Japanese spiders.
yeah, they're looking a little bit nasty.
I feel bad for spiders.
So now she's gonna do strong wind.
After lunch, we were given some more freedom with our calligraphy. So we were allowed to choose a character that we liked, given based from a bunch of characters that we were shown. Some of them were very ancient, 20,000 years old, and then some of them were more modern scripts. And our teacher showed us an example using the character wind, and so she showed us 3 different ways, more expressive to express yourself through the calligraphy. So she did a fierce wind, and then she did a breeze, and then she did more of a creative one. So she showed us techniques on this, and then we were asked to do the same with our character.
なんかこういろいろこう筆をこう叩きつけたりしてもいいし。
The character I chose is from a script from the 14th century called Gyosha, and the character means love. And I chose it because I really liked the windy, swoopy curves that it had, and it really made me think of a journey, of a road. Back at home, we had our chef back again making dinner, and
It's like amazing. Like I can't even.
partly because you're hungry.
It's so good. I want to cry.
which one is your favorite? Gyoza?
dinner.
Do I have to have a favorite? No, even the rice and the broth is just amazing.
It's really good. This, really fucking good. It's like happiness in my mouth.